are going to make some flowers. First thing we're going to do is start off with a circle. I have my circle cutter here. Nothing super special. It's by Olfa. I'm doing a 6-inch circle. Just, the circle doesn't even need to be perfect. Just do a circle. And there we have a circle. Polyfill. I'm just going to grab a handful of it. So we've got our circle, we have some polyfill, we have a needle and some thread. Now we're going to take a 1.5 inch piece of that, 1.5 by 11. A little card here, some Dollar Tree straws and some Dollar Tree skewers. We're going to fold this in half, and I'm going to sew down and sew across on one side. So I've sewn down all the way across on just one side. We're going to sew down this way too. Now we're just going to cut off this little tip right here. Now we're going to take a straw and a stick. And we're going to take this and stick it in there. And we're just going to turn it. Perfect. Take the stick out of there. And we're going to stick the straw in there. And just to keep the straw from wiggling, we're going to stick this in there too. From being able to bend, we're just going to stick that in there. And now we've got a nice stem. So we are going to fold it in half. Like this. Just a regular sheet of paper that is 2.5 by 5. Yeah. And we're just going to make a template, nothing special. And then we're going to cut it out. Now we can take this and go right sides together. And we're going to trace this on here like this and then sew on it, sew on the line. We're going to sew on that line right there. Now we're going to cut this out. Trying to leave about 1/4 of an inch around it. Now we just need to turn it inside out. So now for the circle, we are going to fold it in half, and then we're going to fold it in half again. Now we are going to just open up this right here, and that's going to be where we fill our cone. And so I'm just going to start pushing some fill down in there, and kind of trying to leave a little nest. Not too tight, but you know, tight enough. And I'm kind of getting it in there. Now we're going to roll this over, and we are going to sew a running stitch. All the way around. So now we have our little cone filled, and the running stitch is going. So now we're just going to start pulling on it and closing it up. Closing it up. Making sure we're tucking in those edges. We only want finished edges on the outside. And it's becoming very, very cute. And you will stick your little guy in the center here and just keep going until we close it all the way up. Once we get it to a certain point where we're happy with it, we're going to start stitching this guy closed at the bottom. We're just going to jump across and pull, jump across and pull. Uh-oh. And you're just going to keep fidgeting with it until it becomes cute. And here we are with our little tulip. And this is what it's going to look like sitting in the vase. Maybe. This next flower is a cool one. Very simple. Take a square or two and put them together, right sides. These squares measure 4 inches. Sew around all 4 sides. Just sew down, turn it, sew down, turn, sew down, so on and so forth. Then you're going to take it and you are going to cut those corners just to make it so that you can turn it easier. You're going to pull them apart and make a snip right here. Not too big, but big enough so that you can turn it through. Then you're going to turn it inside out or right side out. Use something to push out these corners. And then you'll have like a little pillow. It's cute. Now that it's 4 inches, you're going to measure, actually it's 3.5 inches. So we're going to do this in half. And that's going to give us 1 1/4, I think. Is it 3.5? Yeah, we're going to do 1 1/4 inches. And you're just going to mark the middle of each side. Now you can do this by eye, or you can actually measure it and mark it with an actual marking pen. It's up to you. I think I'm just going to do it by eye to show you guys that it can be done by eye. And we are just going to fill until we've got a little pillow. So now we've got a little pillow. It's not super fluffy right here. It could be a little fluffier, but it's not a big deal. And I'm just kind of massaging it to make sure it's in all the corners. And you just got a little pillow. See? Now we're going to take a needle and thread. I'm using Deco Bob 80 weight. It seems to be enough. And I'm just going to go through the center of one side, and I'm just kind of guessing here. All right, then I'm going to just turn it, and I'm going to go through the center of this side. Making sure the string is on top. See that? Now let's go through the center of this side, and I'm just guesstimating. And then the center of this side. And then this side. And there we just have it. And then we're just going to pull it. Pull, 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 pull. Pull until the strings disappear. Pull it one direction, pull it the other direction. Just keep pulling until the strings kind of don't match. I mean, until you don't see them. You might want to use a matching thread. I didn't. I use the same color thread on all of them, and I'm okay with my results, but this is what you're going to get. Okay? And then we're just going to take a couple of stitches and tie this off, and that's going to be your flower head. And I took a couple of stitches right in place. I just went through just to lock it in place, and then I grabbed the string, the thread, not string, and I looped it 2-3 times, and then I just pushed it through. Until it made a knot, and then I'm just going to clip it. And again, if you use matching thread, you will get better results, but I'm okay with this here. And that's our little flower. Isn't it cute? Now for the stem, you can do stems a couple of different ways. You could do it like the first one I showed you with the fabric, or you can just take some floral tape and wrap a stick, which is the faster way in my opinion. You might have to cut your sticks. Hopefully you have something to do that if you absolutely need to, but these are just those craft sticks that you get at Michael's, Hobby Lobby, Joann's. And you just wrap it around and just keep going. Wrap it tight. Make sure it's wrapped tight on itself. There we go. And then you can just wrap it, and then you've got a nice stem. You can add your fabric leaves. You do whatever you want to do. You do. But this is definitely a faster way of making a stem than sewing the fabric ones. But it depends upon the look that you're going for. I'm going to have a mixture of these and fabric stems. So it's really pretty. I like the mixture. And when you get to the bottom, just wrap it on itself. Nice and tight. And then I just pull it till it just kind of melts into itself. Perfect. Then I would take a hot glue gun and go back here and just give it a little snippy snip and stick this in there. And there you have it. I like to put a little hot glue in there so that it secures it, because you can just pull this one off, but if you pull it off, just pop it back on. Pull it off, pop it back on. Not a big deal. Super cute. Last flower, let's do it. I want you to take a rectangle. This rectangle is 3 by 6. That's kind of the dimensions that I did. I think I did another one 4 by 8. I just kind of doubled the shortest length. And you're going to fold it in half and iron that down. And then you can fold another side and iron that down. And then take both of your folded sides and fold them in half. And sew them together. Again, nothing needs to be perfect here, guys. Not that big of a deal. So you've got 2 folded sides, a folded side here, a folded side here, and it's just been sewn together, okay? Just a rectangle. I am going to take this rectangle and a pencil, and while it's this is right sides together, okay? I'm going to just mark this right here, the center, on the inside. I'm doing this on the inside. Then we are going to match that with the other side there. And we'll mark this here. And we'll mark this. Don't mind my bruises, guys. I've gotten some blood drawn and they have a hard time with me. So I look bad, but I swear my husband is not beating me. We're good. Okay, so all of those. On the other side, we're going to grab our needle and thread and we're going to do a running stitch. Nothing amazing or special happening here. We're just going to go in and come up and go in and come up. We're just doing a simple running stitch. Nothing special, nothing amazing, no special inches to mark. Just go all the way around till you get back to where you started. All right, so now we've got the running stitch and we are just going to pull it till it gathers. There it is. Your gather will probably not be perfect. It does not matter. Okay, then we are going to take a stick, boop, and we are going to stick it up and through the hole. Open up hole, there we go. And we're just going to secure this around this stick. I would put a little hot glue there I did use a little hot glue when I was doing all of mine. I'm just wrapping this around a couple of times, and then I'll grab a couple of stay stitches and move on from here. Nothing super special, nothing to be worried about, just fun, easy. And we're going to tie a knot, and we're good. And clip that. Again, the right side is down in here. This is all the wrong side. And we're just going to flip this guy up to reveal our beautiful tulip that is not beautiful yet. Tuck your things down, and this is where we should be now. I'm going to thread my needle again, and we'll be right back with you. So now that we are here with it, let's just grab some more fill and stick it in here around the stick. Just stick it in there. Just stick it in there. Put it on all the sides, and actually you want to fill this up pretty good. Okay, that feels nice. It's nice and full and packed. Now you're going to grab your needle, and just like the other one, we are going to probably start over here. Now you're going to find those other dots that you made, those marks. We're going to find those, and we're just going to go around the flower. So there's one over here. We're going to grab this one. Cool. Then there's one in the front. Grab that one. And then there's one over here. Grab that. And then we're going to go back where we came from, the start, over here. Then we're just going to pull it tight. And we're going to stick this stuff down here in the middle and just pull it tight till they all meet. Don't worry about that excess. I mean, you don't want it there. You can stop to punch it in a little bit. There we go. But you just want to pull it tight. And there we have another super cute flower. I'm going to take a couple of stay stitches. I'm just going to go straight through. Ow. And we'll go back the other way. And then we'll just take a couple of stitches in place. There we go. And wrap it a couple of times. Now, of course, you don't want to use black thread like I did. But when I cut that, you won't be able to see it. And there we have it. You could do that a couple more times. But we're just going to cut this and get rid of that black guy there. And now you'll go in and smooth out your petals there. And then you have another cute, super cute, voluptuous tulip. This one might be one of my favorites. I don't know. Let me show you what all three look like. And those are the flowers that go in the vases. And then we are moving on to our next project for our tulip pink tablescape. Here is one of each in a beautiful vase here. So we've got that guy, we've got that guy, and this guy. And I did various sizes. I mean, circle, square, rectangle, you guys pick. Not that serious, not a lot of measuring needed. I'm going to add some leaves to some. Some of them will not have leaves. A lot of them won't. I'll just have a few that peek out. And that'll be that. All right. So I can't wait to show you guys what this looks like when it's all done and zhuzhed up and whatnot. And I will see you guys on the next one. All right. Bye-bye. I just finished spray painting these flowers. Nothing special, just 4 different colors of spray paint. And I just kept layering them until I thought it was cool. There's still some of the brown from the leaves prior showing. These were just some Ashland fall stems from Michael's. You can still see some of the brown. No worries. We are just going to let them live however they are. So while they're drying, we are going to start figuring out how we want to arrange these.